Welcome to Game Crunch, your weekly video game podcast. My name is Mike Anastasia. With me today we have Brandon,
Hello.
and we're here to talk about games and things.
That's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for.
Always have been.
Yeah. Always, probably will be.
Yeah, until the end of time. And then I
Till the
die.
end of time. Yeah, and then every episode of the podcast will be sucked into the sun and implode with the rest of the planet.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. Nice and warm.
Mhm.
Anyways, what's on the agenda today? I don't know, Lethal Company, some news, and that's it.
Yeah.
Ready to get started?
Well, yeah, I'll drop the topic after we go through our games and the news, because we're going to do a little something like we did last week, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, let's hear what you have played.
All right, so I played Lethal Company. This game is like taking gaming by storm. This released on PC a few weeks ago. It currently is rated 98% overwhelmingly positive with 111,700 votes for it having a positive review. So what is this game? This is a very, very odd game. You and up to 3 other friends play as a expendable person whose job is to just meet his quota. You get sent to different planets and you attempt to like hunt down scrap metal and stuff like that to trade in for cash, and you have 3 days to do so. Each day the like environment gets a little bit more hostile, but you also get more money. So like if you save all your stuff until the 3rd day and turn it all in, then you'll get the maximum amount of money for your haul that you've gotten. But you could also die and lose everything. So then you kind of get fucked.
Okay.
This game is kind of like I guess it's gone viral now, so that's the thing. It is a game where your mic is on open mic at all times. So you may be like exploring a dark, abandoned like place with your friends, and then you just hear one of them scream down the hallway because they just got attacked by something that was hanging from the ceiling that they didn't see.
Oh, that's cool.
It's all about these weird, creepy kind of monsters that inhabit each planet and trying to survive them with a very hostile environment and meeting the quota that you need like per trip that you go. It's very fun because of the fact that you have the like the always on voice that you can have going. Obviously you could change it to like push to talk or whatever, but it's best to have it in always on, I think, because there's nothing funnier and more entertaining than hearing your friend shout from down the hallway that they're going to go into this room, and then hearing them immediately scream a blood-curdling scream as their mic cuts out and they fucking die because they went into said room. Yeah, there's been some really good moments that we had playing this game. It was very entertaining. My buddy was like trying to see if there was a you could buy like walkie-talkies and flashlights and other stuff that you get with your money, and like use it to explore dark areas and that sort of thing and find more treasure. And my buddy bought a walkie-talkie. Like, I'm not sure if there's like a certain length that the walkie-talkie is reached to. So he's like, I'm just gonna run off in this distance, and you tell me if you could still hear me. I'm like, okay. So he just runs off in the distance, and then I hear on the walkie-talkie that I put on my belt, I hear him talking to me, and I hear him talking to me. He's like, you still hear me? You still hear me? You still hear me? And I'm like, yeah, we hear you. He's like, okay, I don't think there's that much distance. I think there's no like, specific range. Yeah, it's just if you bought a walkie-talkie, you can hear someone while they're somewhere else on the map.
Okay, that's cool.
And that was really cool. But as he was explaining that, he fell into quicksand and fucking died. So he's like, I don't think there's a limit to the and we're like, hello? Are you there? So then we were like, is there a limit to the range, or did something happen to him? So then we went searching for his body to try to find him. And we found him dead in quicksand, but we couldn't go down and get him out, because if we would have, then we would have got eaten by quicksand also. And whenever one of your friends dies, you want to like pick up their dead body, because if you leave their dead body behind, you get a 20% penalty. So like you lose some money if you leave behind your dead friend.
Oh.
So yeah, so another example of something like really cool, and I don't really want to spoil much because that's a lot of the fun. Was we went to this like really weird like wooded planet and everything.
Hmm.
Said that no one had been there for a while. There was nothing going on and everything. I just want to give two examples. There was nothing going on and everything. We're like, okay, cool. So we go in and we open it up and we start crawling throughout the vents and walking around the like scaffolding and everything, exploring the place. We don't see any enemies, so we're like, okay, well maybe no one has been here. Maybe there are no wildlife here. Maybe we're good. And then my friend goes to the door in front of us and we hear beep beep, and then literally we just see him get just absolutely destroyed by a minigun that was in the wall. He just got blasted full of holes and fucking dies right in front of us. And we're like, all right, well, I didn't know there were miniguns. Also, how do we deal with this?
Yeah. That sounds pretty wild.
It's very fun.
This game sounds really interesting. I do like
it is a lot of fun.
And it looks interesting too. I mean, I like the art style they went with it for it.
Mm-hmm.
So not like overly artistic, but kind of just nice simplistic approach.
Exactly.
Like styled. Yeah, it looks nice.
So yeah, like we played 6 hours in one sitting.
Mm-hmm.
That's how fun it was.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on it?
I'm trying to think if there's any. I don't know. I'm sure. So you're trying to collect. So it has like jobs you have to do. Is that what it was?
We are working for the Lethal Company, basically, whatever the company is. We don't know what it is, basically. And we have 3 days to get enough money to complete a quota. And your job is to basically find relics and scrap on other planets and bring them back to your ship and deposit them and then take them to your company's building in order to get money for it. And once you've gotten enough money, then you pass and you get promoted and you can go and continue doing that same job, but now you have to get more money, essentially. And as you get more money, you get to go to a more increasingly hostile and different environments throughout the game. It's very fun. It's very simple, but the concept and the way it's executed is what makes it so much fun. Because it's kind of like the fear of the unknown, because you really don't know what the fuck is going to be around the next corner, essentially. And that's what makes it so interesting. So you have 4 slots in your inventory, and those slots can be taken up by your flashlight and by your walkie-talkie. So then you would only have 2 slots to transport things back to the ship. So you got to also think about like who's going to go in with like flashlights and who's not, or if you're all going to go in with flashlights or whatever you're going to do. It's very much about risk and reward and just having like fun with a group of friends. It's very good.
All right. Yeah, it sounds like it'd be a nice team game, I would say, especially with kind of like, I don't know, I guess the upgrade. Are there any other kind of like upgrades like the walkie-talkies you can get?
There's a lock-picking mechanism and also a locking mechanism. So like it works as lock-picking and also locks doors as well. There are many other things you can get, but we have not explored enough yet to find out what does what. We did buy a boombox at one point, which plays music, and if you like put it at the front door, like entrance, you can like hear it playing throughout the like level, so you can use it to like follow and like find your way back to the front door if you get lost. And I actually thought that was like a really good idea, so that was kind of neat. There's other items, but I don't really know what all of them do yet. It's one of those games where like it's more fun as you discover what everything does while you're doing it, more or less.
Yeah, that makes sense. Kind of experience it all together.
We bought flashbangs, and they did like nothing. We couldn't figure out what they were for.
Are they for?
Well, we tried throwing them at like the alien demon things or whatever the hell they are, and like none of them got blinded. They just ran at us and attacked us while we were full blinded, and it was like, okay, well that didn't help. So we don't really know the purpose of them yet.
Is there any like PvP?
No, none.
Okay.
You can damage each other, but it's not PvP. Like for instance, I hit my buddy with a shovel at one point because he was like, "Is there a team damage?" And I hit him with a shovel, and he fucking died. And I was like, "I think there's team damage."
Surprise.
Yeah, basically. It's fun. It's a really good game though. I really enjoyed my time with this one. And like I like those like creepy horror games that can also be like fun, like Phasmophobia and stuff like that. And it's kind of got those vibes going with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I highly recommend this one. This one's just excellent. And I like SCP stuff, and it seems like the creatures are similar to SCP creatures, which makes sense because the company's like the game's name is a Lethal Company, and the company seems to have no like care for your well-being whatsoever. So if this is essentially just like a parody of the SCP Foundation, it's like nailing it. So yeah, there you go.
All right.
That is what I played.
All right.
I did play one other thing, which I will talk about. And that was just I saw the Fortnite event for them
Mhm.
ending the season and starting the new one.
Yeah.
Wow, that was fucking wild.
Why?
So
What happened?
essentially, the event was a demo for next season, and I say demo because this upcoming season, as in this upcoming week on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, Fortnite becomes a brand new game, just a completely new game.
Okay.
So on on Thursday, December 7th, they will be launching Fortnite Lego, which is Legos in Fortnite. It's kind of like an open world Lego game inside the game Fortnite. And it will, like, all your skins and everything that you've had will carry over and have minifigure versions of them now. And it'll be like an open world similar to Minecraft. It'll be like a Minecraft survival type game, but with Legos, like the Lego brand. It's not even like, oh, fake Legos or oh, Fortnite's versions of the Legos. No, it's officially sponsored by Lego.
Okay.
Yep. That's the first game. There is the next game, which comes out on Friday. Oh, by the way, each one of these are developed by the actual brands as well. And then the game that comes out on Friday is Fortnite Rocket League, but it plays more like a cross between F-Zero and Mario Kart.
Mhm.
So, and it's made by the original developers of Rocket League,
Okay.
and
That's
all of
cool.
your Rocket League content carries over to the Fortnite Rocket League thing, or they call it Rocket Racing. So uh that's on Friday, and then Saturday, the one that's going to make me end up spending the most money is Rock Band 5.
Rock Band 5.
They just made Rock Band 5 in Fortnite,
Like
like
legit Rock Band 5?
made by Harmonix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Random.
So currently it's just like controllers and mouse and keyboard that allows you to do it, but it's the same like, line where all the squares drop down and come down and you play it to the beat of the music and everything.
Yeah.
All of your Fortnite characters are your skins for like your bassist and your singer and da 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 that sort of thing. You get to also play alongside original artist. So the first season will be The Weeknd
Okay.
with an entire theme of The Weeknd's music for the first season, and it will play like Rock Band. In fact, some people are already looking into trying to like mod their controllers and use those instead of the control scheme that's on PC, so that they can just actually play a Rock Band 5. There's an easy, medium, hard, and expert mode to every
Mhm.
song. They will be selling song packs, and like I said, it's made entirely by Harmonix.
It's pretty
So yeah,
wild. All these crossovers all of a sudden. I mean, they've had a lot of crossovers, but I feel like not so much
so
gameplay crossovers, right?
these aren't crossovers. These are actually full brand new games being made inside of Fortnite. These aren't like a one and done. These are a thing that is now until whenever they end Fortnite.
Okay.
And they're planning on adding other game types as well. So they're kind of trying to make Fortnite now not just a battle royale, not just a save the world, but like any kind of game could be made in Fortnite now, essentially.
Mhm.
So, like, you have to boot Fortnite to play them, but they are completely different games. Like, you're not going to be swinging a pickaxe or anything like that, or harvesting materials or building. You're literally just going to be playing Rock Band and literally just racing a car with like turbo boost and this, that, and the other, and attacks and like knockouts and stuff like that. It's not going to be taking like it's not going to be like in the Fortnite map. It's like a new game built in the engine.
Yeah, that sounds like it's pretty adventurous.
It really is, and the fact that they got all the actual developers for each one of the games is what makes it even more wild.
Yeah. I mean, thought Harmonix was dead. Who knew?
Apparently, Epic bought them.
Oh, surprise.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah, there you go. That's pretty big deal, actually.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited to play the like Rock Band 5 like mode. It's not called Rock Band, obviously, but it literally is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What are they calling it?
I think they call it like festival mode or something.
Okay.
Like music festival mode or something like that, but it's literally made by Harmonix. It's actually a note chart that scrolls down and then you have to hit the buttons in time with the notes and everything. It's going to have song packs, it's going to have like a collection of different music artists, and it's going to have like actual collabs with real music artists, like I said,
Mhm.
with The Weeknd starting it first. So
Yeah.
yeah. And I think if you finish like the battle pass, you also get the music artist as a playable skin in Fortnite normal version.
And that
So
seems like
you can
something they would
shoot
do.
people as the Weeknd.
Yeah, no, that definitely seems like something they would do.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that's cool.
That's something I'm looking forward to right now because I just find it wild that they're doing something crazy like that.
Yeah. That's pretty rad.
Yeah, and like the way they previewed that event, the way they previewed like demoed this was in the event. They had "Lose Yourself" by Eminem playing, with Eminem being the one to sing it in the
Mhm.
event, and then the Rock Band chart came up, and you played along with it in Fortnite. It was fucking wild.
Isn't Eminem playable too?
Yeah, I own him.
Yeah. I own him. He's my slave.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
It was fucking crazy though. Like, yeah, I
Yeah.
was. I want to find. I think. Yeah. Okay, here you go. I found it for you. I just want to show you this. It's like 3 minutes, and I know I'm like holding up the podcast for a second, but just watch this for a minute. You can like even like fast forward it to like a minute and no, not a minute to 50 seconds, and you can see what I'm talking about. Where they literally introduced the Rock Band like music thing.
Yeah, that's very, very Rock Band.
Yep. And this is what they're doing for this season starting Saturday, which is just fucking wild to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Fortnite is like cultural phenomenon right now, so it'd be crazy
Yeah.
not to keep expanding on it.
Yep, I guess so. Oh, and the new season introduced Peter Griffin. So there's a from Family Guy.
Why not?
Yeah,
Peter
it's
Griffin and Eminem going
Peter Griffin and Eminem. Don't forget The Weeknd.
Yeah, the weekend.
And they already had oh god, why can't I think of his name? Hold on. The other guy whose music is a lot like The Weeknd's but not depressing. He decided to go the Michael Jackson route instead. Bruno Mars. Yeah,
Oh,
Bruno
yeah,
Mars
yeah,
also.
yeah. What you doing? Where you at?
I like Bruno Mars. I
Yeah,
just
no,
never
he's
can
got
remember his name.
yeah, like Uptown Funk.
Yeah.
It's always a fun one. Uptown Funk you up. Uptown Funk you up.
24 Karat Magic.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I like his music. It's good. Everything like post Lazy Song he made is really good.
Yeah, I don't think I have any complaints with him. Really. Just kind of sometimes maybe a little mellow, some of his music, but really no.
Well, then you just listen to The Weeknd if you want his music, but not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fair.
Anyway,
Fair? Yes.
that's all I wanted to present because I thought it was fucking crazy that they were doing something like that.
Yeah, no, it really is. Actually, very unexpected, I would say.
I'm like super excited for it. Like I've wanted to play Rock Band again for a while, but it's just not something I want to do on modern hardware. I have the controllers and all that stuff and the means to do so, but it's just like no.
Yeah, and
No,
it
I'm good.
seems like how does it play? Is it just kind of like just regular button presses, or are they tied to just kind of your?
So, the way it played for me when I played on controller was the bumpers and
Yeah.
I think the X button or something like
Mhm.
that. And then the way it played on mouse and keyboard, because I played the event twice, because I wanted to see what the control scheme was. So when I played it on PC, it was ASD and spacebar,
Hmm.
and that was essentially the way you played it on
Okay.
when it was there. But I'm sure, like most of the other stuff in Fortnite, you'll be able to remap the buttons. So who knows? I'm hoping that I'll be able to remap the buttons. Because if so, I will play the shit out of that on mouse and keyboard using like AS and KL. Because AS and KL are like perfect for two buttons on the left and two buttons on the right.
Hmm.
And I already do that for a game called DJ Max Respect. So yeah, but I use ASD and uh JKL with spacebar in the middle for that one. That one's fun though.
Yeah.
DJ Max. Yeah, DJ Max Respect 5. That's what I use for that. Good game, good game. So I'm hoping it becomes something like that where I can like remap the buttons and that sort of thing.
Hopefully.
We'll
Dang.
see. We will
Yeah.
see. So yeah, that's basically what I've been doing. I didn't do that much other than those two things.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, mine's just kind of update. So I finished Bayonetta Origins
Hmm.
and what was Cereza the Lost Demon.
Hmm.
Um, so I finished through the main story of that as well as the um, side story where you
Okay.
play uh, like a little kind of I don't even know. It's very short, maybe like a half hour long, like side story that kind of you know has some final kind of tie-ins, I guess, between Bayonetta Origins and Bayonetta 3. It was fun. Doesn't really introduce anything too new or wild, but just kind of reinforces, I guess, some of the story for Bayonetta 3.
Hmm.
So that was fun. I did have I when I talked last time, I was like, "Oh, I think I finished the final boss." Well, no, I had one more final boss, a
Ah,
final boss
okay.
to finish up, and that was not as climactic as the one that I thought was the final boss, because that one was really kind of the let's see all your abilities, and the other one was just kind of like let's finish up the story. So, yeah, go figure. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, it was. Like I said, I really enjoyed this game. So people who are fans of like Bayonetta's story, I think will really enjoy it if you're looking for kind of like something similar universe, but maybe kind of like a different twist, kind of Zelda-esque. Then yeah, I think you'll like this game. Yeah, I recommend it. Like I said, I really enjoyed it. I was very impressed with it. So yeah, there's that. Then I went back to Tales of Symphonia because I'm like, oh well, I guess I'm done with that game. So let's go back to the RPG. And oh man, was it? I had back to the early 2000s RPG with all the strings attached that it comes with. So I think now I'm maybe like halfway through, kind of by my like mental estimates. So at least I feel like I'm about there from what I
Mm.
remember. But this game keeps on surprising me with like it's like I say it every time I talk about this game. There are things that I remember very vividly, and then there are things that just I'm like, no fucking clue. I'm like, don't know where this came from, don't know what this string's about, like, just completely lost on me. So, yeah, so I'm like, well, I remember I'm like halfway, through this kind of set thing that I know, but then there's like, some other twist. I'm like, oh, yep, nope, forgot about this. I also had kind of, I don't know, maybe like borderline ish almost rage quit moment where it was just kind of like one of those things. I got to a boss, maybe wasn't quite leveled or equipped, where I should be. But I struggled through it and I beat it. And then the game, before it let you save again, was like, hey, by the way, want to fight another boss? And then that boss wrecked me, and I was like, gotta be kidding me. So go back to my last save because that's how it works. No checkpoints. Go through, beat that boss again, the first boss. Go to head to second boss. Game hard crashes on me. Like, oh, I'm like, I don't know if I can do this again. But I did, and then I finished it, and I got through that next boss like pretty easily. But I'm like, what are the odds that like this? I would struggle like on a boss, and then die, and then go back, beat it, and then game crash. Um, but yeah, no, I mean, I'm still really enjoying the game, so I really haven't had any issues.
What do
Game crash.
you mean? I haven't had any issues. Game crashed on me twice. It was
Yeah. No, game crashed on me once, and it was just kind of, it was very spontaneous. And it could be, I don't even know. It could be because I think I kept putting the game in and out of like suspend. I don't even know. But it was just kind of like a fluke. I really have not had any other issues. I don't know. With that kind of thing, I don't really hold it against it too much, unless it's like a regular thing. It happens regularly. That's whatever. But
dude,
yeah,
my Switch stays in sleep mode.
I know, so does mine. I never reset it. So that's why I'm like, it happens. It's probably my fault for not resetting it every once in a while.
No,
Leave it on for
it
days at
shouldn't
a time.
happen.
I mean, but it does. Everything needs to be rebooted every once in a while. And all games can have bugs from time to time. I said it'd be one thing if it was happening all the time. This happened once. So it's just kind of like, whatever. If it was happening like frequently or more than once, whatever. But I think even like the best like cared games can have like just random crash on it. So because it could be OS level, it could be game level. You don't know.
It's probably OS level because Nintendo Switch's OS is fucking dog shit.
Yeah, it's just kind of basically like a strung together kind of OS.
Oh, I need you to understand. I wasn't holding it against the game. I was holding it against Nintendo for having inferior hardware.
I thought you were talking about the OS.
The OS would be made by Nintendo, not by not by.
But it's not the hardware. That's a software thing.
If the hardware is not able to allow the OS to run correctly, then that would be a hardware problem. You understand what I'm saying? Like
No,
if it's crashing because it like runs out of memory because it's such a poorly designed such poorly designed hardware, then that would be not a OS problem, that would be a hardware problem. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but then that'd be a hardware problem. Yeah.
Yeah. That was the point.
I know, but you said it was the OS because it was poorly built OS.
No, I was saying it's poorly built Switch, but also the OS is probably what caused it to crash. And then the OS is fucking dog shit because of the fact that the hardware can't push it. Like, it's just like, the whole thing is dog shit, is what I'm trying to say. A Switch is dog shit. Like, I love the Nintendo Switch.
Dramatic.
No.
Dramatic.
Let me finish what I'm saying. I love my Nintendo Switch. I love playing a lot of Switch games. But it is not well made for modern day hardware. And I've seen games on the Switch get worse and worse and worse and worse over time. And we're at the point now where even first party titles are fucking up.
I mean, what first party titles do you blame on the system?
What?
So what first party games do you blame on the system?
Damn near all of them, but I guess I'll go ahead and point out to first Breath of the Wild. It doesn't run as well as it should a lot of the time because of the fact that it's running on a Switch. So that's one big one right there. I'll give you things like Mario Kart. Mario Kart is immaculate. There's like no issue with that game whatsoever. But like other bigger titles, they struggle now, and it's just because the system is so outdated.
Yeah, it's a 6-year-old thing, but I mean, for the most part, it's very well optimized for what it's on. So, they make do with what they got. I think they do a decent job with it. But you're right, the hardware is outdated and definitely could use an update. And
it was showing its age 2 years ago. Now it's just pathetic.
Well, you know what? Next year we'll have a new Switch, and then you'll have new things to complain about. So it'll be fine. Nah.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And they're not going to go toe to toe with, the current system.
Oh yeah, obviously. I don't expect that. I just expect something to be able to run correctly the games they're putting out at least 30 FPS. You know what I'm saying? I think it's not too much to ask for that.
No, solid 30 I think is reasonable. So
obviously I would rather have like 60, but like that's a little bit more of a pipe dream. But my point is, I just want them to be able to put out a game, and I play it on the system the way it's supposed to, and it plays the way it's supposed to play. Like, it plays in a reasonable manner that isn't, like, a mess at times. Start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
No issue. It could have its little quirks, that sort of thing. But, like, I just don't want it to be a thing where... Okay, like, for instance, I would love to play all the way through Astral Chain. Mm-hmm. That game runs like absolute garbage on the Switch. Like, it just does. I would love to be able to play all the way through Breath of the Wild, But that game, as you get further and further into the game, runs worse and worse. It's almost like it has like a fucking memory leak at times.
I
Um,
disagree with that. I didn't have any more issues near the end of the game than I did.
the further in I go, the worse it plays. I don't
I
know. Are you using like your day one Switch or anything like that,
yeah.
or I'm having massive amounts of trouble with it. I've had it crash on me multiple times and all that good jazz. So like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't have any issues with that at all. Really. I mean, honestly, I think what
I think
me.
that game alone has crashed on me at least 5 times.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like pretty fucking bad. So I assumed this was just the norm, but maybe there's something I need to look into, or maybe I'm having some issues with just specifically my Switch. I don't know. Okay, if
Yeah,
that's not the case, then I fair. That
I don't know.
fair.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, who knows? I'm sure there's some variability between the models, considering that they're a little different. But are you using a day one Switch too?
Yeah,
Oh,
I've never upgraded my Switch.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm still on my original one.
Hmm.
And I mean, the only thing I've upgraded on it is the how big my SD card is. That's it.
Same. I did put a SD
Oh, you
card
know
in my.
what though? The
Hmm.
question: are you sure you got a good enough SD card?
I mean, I bought it in Walmart, like physically.
Okay,
So
because
So I
because there's
I
all those
guess yes. Like that's the only thing I could say. Like
yeah
I the one I have is a 512 that I bought in store around like 2 years ago, Black Friday or something.
yeah. Are you sure it's rated fast enough for it?
I'll have to double check. I mean, I was using it for my Steam Deck initially and had no
Hmm.
problem. And
Yeah.
then I got a new one for my Steam Deck and then I swapped the old one in my Steam Deck over to the Switch. So
Ah.
I don't know. I'll have to look into it. But like I figured if it was working on my Steam Deck, it should be fine for the Switch. But maybe
Yeah, I
not.
would think so too. But I do know there is that because there is I guess PSA for people listening that do downloads on Switch and have like an SD card. Like there's been like rampant issues with like fake SD
Oh,
cards.
Amazon has them out the wazoo. I refuse to buy SD cards unless it's actually in a shop now because
Yeah,
Amazon has just had so many sellers that are putting up fake ones.
yep,
It's
and
crazy.
ridiculous. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, very, and it's very difficult to tell. And then you might even get one that's like the right size, but it will be like the wrong like speed for it. Like it just can't access things fast enough, and that can cause an issue. Yeah, so many things can go wrong with like potential SD cards. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's always a good idea to like check those things. But I don't know. I mean, those could cause issues too. Like kind of what you're saying. If it's just not able to access it fast enough, then maybe that could be why some of it is. But I don't know. Yeah, it's not. I mean, definitely, I would say over the last couple of years we've been talking about it. It definitely sounds like you seem to have more issues than myself or Nick.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know. I'm not sure. Could be an
Yeah,
SD thing.
I do need to look into the SD card because maybe that is my issue.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
didn't even think about it
I
until we
don't.
were just talking about it.
Yeah, I didn't either. But I do know it's real. But the rating might be an issue. I'll have to check. But
Yeah,
like I said, I didn't think it'd be an issue if
yeah. If your
I
Steam
already
Deck
had
can
it
run
in
it
my Steam
without
Deck.
any
Yeah,
problems, I would think that it should be comparable. Um, but maybe it depends on how it kind of like handles the memory. Maybe it moves more to like system level and manages it there. I don't know. Not sure.
yeah, that's a good point. I mean, mostly maybe they're the data like streaming is done differently on Switch. Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, so Tales of Symphonia, pain in my ass. Sorry, that's right now.
Go on.
No, that's just it. That's just it. You just old RPG thing. Yeah, that just kind of, like I said, my nostalgia glasses for this game really just kind of, every time I go back to it, I'm like, oh, yeah, not quite, is not quite as like living up to the, my memories.
Mhm.
But in terms of like, the story and stuff is still fun. It's just kind of the gameplay stuff. I'm just kind of like, oh, yeah, I really don't miss the days of, wipe a team and then lose like 4 hours of progress kind of stuff.
Yeah, that sounds like hell.
Yeah. Um,
You know what I think you would like that's on Xbox Series X?
hmm.
The Tales of the newest Tales of game, Tales of Arise. That game's really good.
Oh, I don't think honestly. Like I was thinking about it the other day. I don't think I've actually played any of the other Tales games.
So I would say just go straight to Tales of Arise. It's its own thing. It's open world. And it's very good.
Yeah, I have the Game Boy Advance one, which was like a remake of one of them.
Mm-hmm.
The other one for the Switch is supposed to be really good too, and I never played it. I want to say I think it's a port of Vesperia, which I've always heard was good.
Oh yeah, okay.
But haven't played that one either. Listen, I do really like Tales of Symphonia. Tales of Symphonia is fantastic.
Tales
but
of
I said,
Vesperia is a great game, so
yeah.
I guess that'd be fine. Okay, I see it's not rated very well.
Which one? Arise?
Vesperia.
Oh, Vesperia.
But I'm checking to see the reason why. It might just be a bad port on PC. Who knows? It's 80% off right now. That's crazy.
Oh wow.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Moving on.
But yeah, that's all I've been playing.
Okay.
So yeah, I don't really have anything else. Just kind of working through that one. I think I finished all my like big backlog stuff that I wanted to work on for this year.
Very nice.
That I have.
I was like probably halfway through Alan Wake 2, but I'm going to wait to finish it with Katie, so we're like finishing it next week. So
okay.
That's my plan on that one. Other than that, Cyberpunk had a new update today, which I really want to play, but I haven't played it yet. The new update adds like a shit ton of stuff to it.
That's really cool.
Yeah, from what I saw, that there's a thing in the anime as well as in the game. But in the anime, Sandusky gear, I think that's how it's pronounced. It does like this after image effect whenever you use it, and it kind of makes it like there's multiple of you and everything. And they're adding that effect to the game when using that gear now, which is fucking cool as shit. They also added a music player that allows you to play music anywhere and not just in your car.
So
that's cool. So you can always have music playing while you're like fighting or that sort of shit.
That's cool.
There's other stuff like new weapons and items and shit like that, but I haven't looked fully into it, but it looks awesome.
Okay. Yeah. We move on to news.
Yeah, sure.
Not too much there.
Sure.
You already talked about Fortnite, I think, right? Or did you finish that up?
I did. No, I finished that up.
Okay.
We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah. Grand Theft Auto 6 officially revealed.
Have you watched the trailer?
Yeah, I did. It looks really good.
It does look very good. I was a little worried, but honestly, it just looks like a GTA game. It looks like they knew what to do. They knew the assignment and they nailed it.
Well, for the trailer.
Yes.
Yes.
They
still got room to fuck it up, Brandon.
You're right. You're right.
Don't put the cart above the horse. Yeah. Okay. But at least for concept and for graphics, and for style, looks like it's right where it should be. It's exactly
okay. Well, all I wanted to say is like you watch something like a trailer for a Marvel movie, and it's like I don't like that guy, and they're like putting down the past. They're like being really shitty, like that sort of thing. Like, oh, I hate this. They're like trying to destroy what once was. I don't see that here with GTA 6, which has been a common theme among everything media lately. So that's why I was saying, like, doesn't look like they fucked it up, at least on that front.
Yeah. Oh no, they still got time. Don't worry.
They do still have time.
But at least so far, so good. Like I said, it's exactly what I would expect to see for something. So, yeah, no, it looks really good. It was kind of one of those, what happened? Monday, the trailer got leaked, and then Rockstar was just like, fuck it. Here we go.
Yep.
We're just going to roll out.
They were mad. They were very mad.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. No, they actually openly said, and I quote, "This fucking sucks." Yeah. That we had to put this out early. We wanted to be able to enjoy watching this along with everyone at the same time and revealing it to everyone, but we can't do that now because of one asshole. That's what they said online.
Hey, which is fair. And, even, especially, too, it was like a day earlier than they were planning on doing because they were planning on putting it up on today, Tuesday.
Yeah.
So someone leaked it early with a giant old watermark in it. And, so now you go. They just, like, they put it out, and yeah. So go check it out. It's only a minute and a half long, I think is what it was. So.
There are so many Florida men in that minute and a half. That's
Oh yeah,
crazy.
very Florida, very Florida. Um,
I
so
think it looks like it could be really fun. And
yeah, I
there's
think
like
it will
a
be too.
side by side comparison of actual news stories and the characters in GTA 6 that they're showing, and
Mhm.
they're like one for one. It's crazy.
I will say, I think it's, I think there's anything to be skeptical about. It's the fact that they're already like 2025, and they're like, okay, that's a long
Yeah,
ways away.
yeah, 2026 is when it's coming.
Yeah. Um, and they've already obviously been working on this game for a long time. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see,
Hmm.
what ends up coming out, when it ends up coming out. Um, and, I guess when we find out more about it. So,
Yeah, yeah,
do you think
I'm
we'll see
impressed.
more at
At Game Awards,
the
no.
Game Awards?
No, I think this was them getting ahead of the Game Awards and not doing anything. Maybe if they do like something gameplay related. I still think it's way too early for something like that. But I don't think we'll see another trailer at the Game Awards. I just think that would be really weird and sudden.
Yeah, I figured I could see him showing off maybe like 30 seconds of gameplay or something simple.
Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
not I wouldn't expect like a full trailer, but hey, just kind of like, hey, here's a very small sample of what gameplay looks like,
Yeah.
just to kind of, get things going. So, yeah. Other news thing, so Beyond Good and Evil, that was a whole interesting. So I didn't realize we were like when we were talking about it last week,
Yeah.
I didn't realize we were like in the middle of something bigger than what I had saw. And I was like, oh, the Xbox, posting had leaked, and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay. Did not realize it was also available to play on Ubisoft Plus or whatever. So people
Oh.
actually had a chance to play the like a accident, like an oops, we didn't mean to release it release.
Oh wow.
Which apparently wasn't even like so. There, according to Ubisoft, game isn't even finished.
Is
It's not
there
going to be
actual
finished until next
gameplay
year.
for it out there?
There was gameplay put on YouTube, and Ubisoft DMCA'd it. Like,
Ah.
yep. Apparently, the game still has some graphical issues because it is not finished. So, yeah, like it was legit. Like, oopsies. Yeah. They're like, nope, we weren't planning on announcing this yet, and definitely weren't planning on releasing this yet. So, yeah, so it came out. People got to play it. Apparently, footage got put up on YouTube, and then they quickly pulled everything back into their cabin, and were like, "Oh, yeah, this is a real game now." So this is them officially announcing it since they've been not doing it, since even though we've known about it for months. Um, so because I remember like when it originally posted on ESRB months and months and months and months and months ago,
Mhm.
um, like it was like, "Hey, it's coming." Um, so yeah, they didn't officially announce it then. They just finally officially announced it the day after we recorded last week when they were like, "Oops, we kind of blew the surprise on this one, but this is coming early 2024. Stay tuned." Um, so yeah, that is a real thing. It is really coming. And it sounds like it adds some new features too, like maybe a new side quest and some new costumes and things on top of it as well. So
Mm.
be interesting to see what they end up doing with it. The I think kind of one big thing with this too is Beyond Good and Evil 2 has been in development for a while, but it is a prequel. But the original game does end at a cliffhanger. Will they kind of clean that up? Don't know. Be interesting
Mm.
to see. But yeah, no, I'm super excited for this game. So like I said, definitely one of my must buy game titles for next year, I guess, when it comes out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll
That
be looking into it.
Yeah, super. It's one of my favorites. I'm really excited for it. So they're saying it's supposed to be, 4K, 60 frames a second when it comes out. So, I mean, I would hope so. It's a 20-year-old game, but how it can be. So, yeah. So that's that. That's all I got news wise.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I have really any other news. I wanted to do something though,
Mm-hmm.
because Nick had put a message in where he basically said, "Hey, I'll be in next week for Game of the Year, afterwards chat, right?
Yeah, Game Awards. Yeah.
Game Awards chat. That's it. Sorry, not our Game of the Year. Game Awards. So, I wanted to see if you wanted to go over one more time and just guess what the winner will be in each category for fun. Because it'll be pretty easy at this point after you've seen everything that's been going on lately. Probably. I don't know if you've been like looking around and seeing people's reaction to Game Awards, but it has not been a good reaction.
What do you mean? I guess I have that.
Many people are just like, that. Why are we still doing the Game Awards? There's no fucking point to it. Like it's very obvious what will win and what won't.
Mm-hmm.
And like even like with the player's choice or player's voice, we're now down to 5 games, and they're like the exact same games pretty much that everyone expected. Aside from Genshin Impact, which is fucking garbage and shouldn't be on this list. Yeah. It's everyone's kind of like, this is bullshit, this is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very obvious what is going to win and what isn't. Like I don't foresee Baldur's Gate 3 not winning Game of the Year, like at all. Now, looking at everyone's thoughts on it, and then a lot of people are like, "Hey, should there even be category? Should there be remakes in Game of the Year discussion?" And then Jeff Keighley came out and was like, "Actually, we were going to have our own category for remakes this year, but we didn't have enough time to do it." And it's like, dude, that would have been a perfect category. There were so many good remakes this year. It was like, you could have had a really good category for that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
100%.
So like, he could have like the Advanced Wars 1 and 2 that we had.
Mm-hmm.
Could have had Resident Evil 4. Could have had damn, what else could he have had?
Super Mario RPG.
Super Mario RPG. Yep.
Dead Space.
Like, there's already what, 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Metroid Prime Remastered.
Oh, yep, 5. There you go. That's the 5. That's the only 5 you would need.
I think there's even more, though.
Yeah.
I feel like that's just kind of like the top of the iceberg.
Probably, now that you mention it.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there has been more.
Mm-hmm.
Dead Space, Resident Evil. I don't know. Not important, I suppose.
Whatever it is, who cares?
Yeah, I don't feel like putting that much brain power into it.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it definitely is. A bunch of good remakes out there. I mean, we can take a look at the list again if you want.
I don't know. I don't know. I was just trying to think of something else that I could have brought up, and I thought maybe since it would be a bit topical, we could like pick a few out here and be like, I'll just make a prediction on what's going to win, and then see if we're right.
But I think we already did, though, didn't we?
No, we just talked about it. We didn't talk about what we thought would actually win. We just talked about the nominees.
I know we definitely talked about who was going to win Game.
Oh, okay. Well, no, but that one we mentioned, but I meant like other stuff. I don't know if we actually.
I thought we did. I thought we went through with it.
It's possible. There's been so much going on. It's possible that I forgot, but yeah.
Because I think you were casting your votes like as you were doing.
Yeah, you're probably right. I see. Like, I talked with my friends about this as well, so it kind of overlapped, and I wasn't sure if I did it with you.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm fairly sure we went through and.
Okay, we just won't do that then. That's fine. We don't need to do that then. That's totally fine. Go back and listen to what we said before then see if our guesses are correct.
Let's see if our guesses are right. Yeah, because I remember we talked about things like, like especially for things like the sound design and things like that. I know we ran through that category pretty extensively.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And we're like, well, of these games that are here, this is what I would go with. But there's much better ones that for whatever reason weren't in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, it's straight. It'll be interesting to see how this show goes down and how people think of it. So
yeah, I think it's already getting a pretty bad rap right now, but we'll see how it goes when it actually premieres. Apparently, they have the guy that did the flute coming back.
Okay,
that information was put out there. If you remember, the last time Flute Guy, as they called him, was there, he did the music for Ghost of Tsushima. Because like he was like one of the only people in the world that still could play that instrument that he was playing. It was because it was like specially made or something like that. And he's back this time, so I'm wondering if we're gonna have like a Ghost of Tsushima like sequel, or if it's like announcing it coming to PC or something like that.
Yeah, maybe. So. That would be kind of nice. Wouldn't surprise me, I guess, if Sony did that, because they do that a lot. Wait forever to put their stuff on PC. So yeah, no, it could be. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's one thing to speculate. Kind of what we'll see there.
Yeah, we could do that. That seems like a really easy and fair thing to do.
Yeah, kind of like what kind of new announcements or things like that they might have. Yeah, I mean, I think that I wouldn't expect to see anything dramatic from probably any of the big three because they
Oh, from like
usually
Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft.
yeah.
Microsoft actually tweeted out that you're gonna want to see what we have to show. So
Oh,
there might be something dramatic from one of the big three at least. So there's that.
yeah, then maybe Microsoft will. I feel
The
like if
last
anyone, they're
time they
more.
did that, they showed some like really heavy hitters that still have not released.
Okay, so we're gonna get lots of vaporware from Microsoft. Got it.
That seems to be their MO right now. We announce really cool games and then we never make them.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that they have that's not gone anywhere
Perfect
recently,
Dark,
right? Yeah,
new Perfect Dark
Dark.
game that was announced. Fucking just what happened to it? Fable? What happened to it? Where's it at?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about Fable.
Ah.
It's been so long.
Unavowed, I believe, was another one.
Unavowed?
Yeah, it's the first person spell casting game by the people that made New Vegas, I think it was. Let me see. All right, so Clockwork Revolution, Fable, Hellblade 2. We might see something on Hellblade 2 finally. That's
Oh, I think we will. There was. I think it
Avowed. It's
was.
not Unavowed, it's just Avowed. Sorry.
Oh, okay. There was. Hellblade did get just recently rated in Australia.
Oh, okay.
But I think they're one of the places where you can't get it rated until it's pretty close to completion.
I see.
Yeah, so should be soon, I would think. And that game's been in development forever. So, yeah, I think that one seems like it's a possibility for sure. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with that one. I said Sony probably. I agree. If they're gonna do something, they might be like, "Yeah, here's a PC game," because they do like to do that quite a
Yep, they
lot.
sure do.
Like, hey, here's a PC game that
You know what I just really want? That one fucking Sony game where you're on a train that looked really cool, that had like the claymation stuff, that was announced in 2018, and we've seen nothing since then.
Oh
I
yeah,
love that game. It looks so cool. I was so excited for it, and it's so fucking dead. I don't know what happened to it. I wish I could remember the name. I never can remember the name. PlayStation Train game. I don't. Yeah, that's definitely not going to show me what I want. 5 announced games that haven't released yet. Let's try that. I'm not going to find it this way, am I? Because it's been so long. Oh, wait, I did find it. Little Devil Inside. I've been waiting for this game since its announcement.
oh yeah. Like I said, I do remember you talking about this game at least more than once.
I've done it like 5 times. Every time we have this conversation, like this one that we're having right now, I bring up this game because I really want to play this game.
So maybe this will be the year, if it's not been already.
Well, apparently it says 2024 now on their page, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, a little more optimistic.
Yeah. Oh wow, it's been in development for almost a decade and was kickstarted back during the Wii U.
Wow.
It appears as though it transitioned to becoming a PS5 exclusive, and since then nothing has been released. The last trailer was in 2021, with nothing since then. Damn it, I want this fucking game! That's really all there is to it. I want this game to exist.
This could be the year.
Maybe.
Yep. What else could we see? If Nintendo shows up anything, it's going to be something dumb. So don't ever expect anything exciting from Nintendo here because they save all their stuff for their own shows. If they do, it's going to be like.
That's not entirely true. They announced like something for Smash Brothers here before. Remember?
It was Joker, one character.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
this is pretty big.
Yeah, what are they gonna? They don't have anything that they could do that with this one though. What are they gonna do? They'll be like, "Hey y'all, it's I don't know.
Let's think of something
random.
Let's think of something really stupid.
Name an occupation, Brandon. Name an occupation.
A doctor.
It's Dr. Peach for the new Peach Superstar game. Woohoo! Yeah, it's gonna be something like that. It's gonna be like the least exciting thing you could possibly imagine.
You're so right, and it hurts.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, oh man, diagnose sick toads. and help them with their ailments. Give them medicine with Dr. Mario. Yeah, no, dumb. That is exactly what it's going to be.
You gotta be
And,
careful because you just created a game for Nintendo. You need
yeah.
to copyright that shit real quick.
And it'll be like featuring Cranky Kong. Yeah, dumb. Yeah, this is what that's exactly what to expect from Nintendo. No, I mean I could see maybe them doing if they're gonna do anything, maybe they'll be like, hey, here's Banjo Tooie for the virtual console or whatever. Like that I think is like maybe the most extreme excitement you could possibly expect from them. Yeah, no, it's not. I would say honestly more likely not anything at all. Or they'll be like, here's a new trailer for Luigi's Mansion 2.
All right, I've got a prediction, and I think
Okay.
this one will actually come true.
Yeah.
This will be how it's even framed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now everybody, let's take a look at a trailer for upcoming content for last year's Game of the Year, Elden Ring. I think that'll happen.
Yeah, I think that's realistic. That makes sense. I can 100% see that coming because it's, from everything we've seen, like that seems to be pretty far along in its development process, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, makes sense. Totally reasonable.
Yep.
What's Kojima working on? Probably we'll see some of that too.
Death Stranding 2, some more of that.
Death Stranding, PC patch.
No, that already exists. We've already got that.
Not the new patch. The newest patch.
The one that doesn't exist yet that no one knows about.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And it's gonna have.
Well, then we already showed Death Stranding 2. Death Stranding 2 is pretty much a given at this point.
Yeah. So, but I mean, they could drop
more content on it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, they've already dropped one trailer last year, so do it again. Yeah.
When's the last time we had an update on that new Silent Hill remake? You can see him.
I don't know, but the fucking awful live service game with the battle pass that was actually written by AI was it didn't go so well for them. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I mean, because I could totally see them doing. Konami seems like a company that would just be ripe for game award updates.
No, I don't think so. You know why?
Why?
Because Jeff Keighley loves Kojima.
Jeff Keighley also loves world exclusives.
Jeff Keighley loves Kojima. And who hates Kojima? Konami. You can't have both of them in the show. And Jeff Keighley will 100% choose Kojima over the company Konami.
You think that Keighley would just 100%? I mean, I don't think.
Do you not remember the 1 year where he insulted Konami for not allowing Kojima on the plane during the actual award show while he was presenting awards? And he's like, and we can't have Kojima here because certain people, like, just straight up looked at the camera and insulted Konami. And then everyone booed Konami, and you heard the one guy in the background saying, fuck Konami. And then he laughed about it. Do you not remember that? That was like 2017?
I was going to say 20 years ago. No, I do remember it. I'm just saying, like, it's been so long ago. Maybe that things are bygones now.
I highly doubt it, especially with him having Kojima own every single year. And Konami hates Kojima.
Do they, though?
Yes, they do.
Maybe they've gotten over it. Maybe it's water under the bridge now.
No. Resident Evil, whatever the new game is for Resident Evil next year, will probably be announced this year.
Oh, that's reasonable.
Assumption. Yeah. We'll probably get some Game Pass games announced. Maybe a trailer for Persona 3 remake. That comes out in February. So
does it?
Yeah, so like that's like kind of a fair assumption. And I also think maybe Final Fantasy VII Part 2 is also a fair assumption because that also comes out in February.
Okay. Yeah, I can see them doing both of those. Mm-hmm. Square seems like they would be someone who would do well with it.
Yeah, I think it won't be any Konami, but I think we'll have a lot of Capcom and Square Enix announcements. That's what I think. I think Capcom's a way safer bet than Konami is.
Yeah, I could see Capcom doing like Monster Hunter.
Yep, that's what I was thinking too. Monster Hunter. Run down their franchises. We got the Resident Evil, we got Monster Hunter, we got Street Fighter, and Street Fighter 6 is killing it, and it is also a nominee.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I would expect something like that to appear. Um, yeah, I think Xbox is going to have a huge presence. I don't know what they have planned, but I do know whatever they have planned to show, we won't be playing for several years,
if ever.
if ever. Yeah.
Yeah. So hopefully they don't show Hellblade then, because then we will never see it.
I mean, who knows? They might pull a Hi-Fi Rush,
Yeah, that's
where they
possible.
just shadow drop something on Game Pass that night, and it's like a big title that no one knew existed, and Xbox is like, yeah, here it is. This is a really cool game. Doesn't it look neat? You can play it immediately after the show. Bye,
Yeah,
bitches.
now available on Game Pass. Yeah, I could see them doing that.
Yeah, or maybe
Um,
one of the lesser titles that are like not the like big titles, but the like lesser titles gets added to Game Pass, similar to something like, I don't know, looking at this um Ghost Runner 2 on Game Pass. Like I know it's a great game. I know it's an indie title, and I know calling it lesser is insulting, but I don't mean it lesser as in like quality. I just mean like, it's a smaller title than everything else.
yeah,
And I would even put in that category possibly Mortal Kombat 1 being added to Game Pass as well, because it's not Street Fighter 6, but it also is up for game best fighting game. So I'd say something like that is plausible when it comes to like things that could go to Game Pass.
yeah. Um,
Oh, what if they just threw Diablo 4 onto it like immediately? That would be fucking wild.
I don't think they would be so crazy to do such a thing. I mean, I would expect them to kind of wait out that money storm a little bit longer.
Maybe, but like it's kind of not doing so hot because before Blizzard was bought by Xbox, they immediately were like all the microtransactions. They had a horse that you could buy as a mount that cost more than the actual game.
Was it good?
It was a horse. It was just a cosmetic.
But was it a good horse or was it a bad horse?
I mean, it was a fucking $79 horse.
Did it donate money to cancer or something?
No, and neither did Gerard. Anyway, you heard that one, right?
mm, sounds familiar. What is it?
The Completionist had a fundraiser that he was doing for Alzheimer research. He did it every
Mm-hmm.
year, and he's been doing it for 12 years. Come to find out, he's never donated a cent from the fundraiser,
Oh
and also
no,
the money is missing.
that's that's go to jail time.
It is.
Yeah. No, that's pretty bad.
Yeah. So there was $600,000 in there, and none of it has been donated, and a bit of it is missing as well.
Okay. Yeah. Well, hopefully they did a better job with their cancer horse
Yeah,
thing.
than
Yeah.
Gerard did with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Oh man. Um. What else? What else could we say? So you're talking about Capcom.
Oh, you know what? You know what? I'm
What?
gonna go for a Hail Mary that will
Hmm?
never happen, but if it does, it will save the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Xbox announces and releases, or at least gives a release date for Silk Song. It'll never happen in a million years,
Uh-huh.
but it is such a everyone wants this game that if that were to happen, everyone would be like, all is forgiven.
Actually, kind of. I got another thought on.
Do you remember what Silk Song is?
Yeah.
The Hollow Knight sequel? Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it'll come someday.
Will
Sure.
it?
That's still. What was I going to say though? No, updated thoughts on things that Nintendo could show
Okay.
that are marginally better that they would not care about
Metroid
showing.
Prime 4 again by just showing the logo again and then never talking about it again.
Oh, that's evil. I like that one. Not what I was thinking, but yeah, no, I like where your head is on that one. No, I was gonna say, what is it? I could see them being like, because that new thing for Super Nintendo World or Mario World or whatever they call it for
Mhm.
Universal Studios, the Donkey Kong area, is opening up in Japan early next year. So I could see them being like, "Hey, here's the new Donkey Kong thing." Totally could see them doing that. I also could see them just kind of doing just kind of a random like how do I put it? Like Super Mario Brothers movie announcement kind of thing, where they just have the act like Jack Black come back and be like, "Hey, we're making another movie."
Yeah, that's a possibility. I got another one though, actually.
Yeah.
I just thought about when it comes to Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
Just announce something from Splatoon because it's safe and easy, and then just fuck off the rest of the night.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Oh yeah, we got a new costume coming for Splatoon. Really cool."
It'd be a new weapon, and they would show a trailer for it, and then they would say nothing the rest of the night.
Yeah, no, totally could see them doing that too. They do seem to announce Splatoon stuff very randomly. So, yeah, definitely could see them doing that.
All right, things that Nintendo would never do at the Game Awards. What would you say is that?
Something that they would never do?
Yeah.
There's so many. Anything that involves any new announcement title will not happen. They will not announce. They will not announce a brand new game ever at the Game Awards.
They won't announce a new Switch either. That's not happening. Stop guessing that the Switch 2 will be announced at the Game Awards.
100% not happening. Yeah, I think that those are definitely the two big things. There's so many kind of like things that they won't announce anything you're excited about. Like it's never gonna be.
They won't announce anything good. That's basically what we're covering here.
Yeah, no, really. They'll show off stuff that maybe they've already announced, or like I said, maybe something like tangential to that, like something like Super Mario Brothers 2 movie without showing any footage though, just kind of like we're making it, and then like have maybe the actors talk about it. It kind of reminds me, like the visual I have in my mind is, and I don't know why, but it makes sense. I remember when Jurassic Park, they won like the Kids' Choice Awards. I don't know who knew that's the kids movie that can win awards. But I remember it won some category in the Kids' Choice Awards back in the 90s. And then they brought out the two kid actors from Jurassic Park and were like, "We're making a sequel." Yeah, that's exactly that kind of the shenanigans to expect. They didn't show off anything.
A lot of sense.
Didn't show off anything. And those kids, you know how much screen time they got in the sequel to Jurassic Park, if you remember? Like 3 seconds. And that was it. They were just sitting on the stairs being like, "Grandpa's dying," and then that's all the screen time they got. So yeah, I can totally see them doing something not exciting like that, but don't expect Metroid anything. Don't expect Earthbound anything.
Never. The most Earthbound thing they ever gave us was that animated short that one time.
The robot chicken one?
The robot chicken one that was so fucking good.
Yeah.
Hey Reggie, where's Earthbound 3? He fucking lit the man on fire and killed him.
Yeah. That has a better chance of happening. Like that in real life.
Reggie lighting someone on fire?
Yeah. There's a better chance of Reggie lighting someone on fire during the Video Game Awards than them actually announcing Mother 3. I would dare put that on bold predictions, but it's too obvious. Like it's not a bold prediction.
It's too obvious that Reggie will kill someone live at the Game Awards.
That it's more likely that Reggie would light someone on fire during the Game Awards than Nintendo announce a localization for Mother 3 during the Game Awards.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I could see it.
Yeah. I don't know. The only other thing I think will happen during the Game Awards, and I don't know what it will be, but I'm almost certain it will be there, is we will see another video game movie trailer. I just don't know which video game movie it will be.
You think we'll get the Netflix Legend of Zelda thing? Or whatever, whoever's doing that?
No, that's too soon. Too soon.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, Nintendo will not announce it there.
Okay.
Maybe they would have one of the actors come out and be like, "Hey, I'm going to be working on the new Legend of Zelda. But no, otherwise, no.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely not. I would say, maybe possible would be like Sonic 3. I could see them showing up maybe
Oh,
featuring
yeah.
that.
You know what? That would make the most sense.
Yeah.
Have you ever
'Cause-
played Shadow come out and be like, Chaos Control! And then,
and then shoot guns. Yeah.
at the president?
Yeah. That seems likely. I could see that happening. Or just like a movie for a video game you never expected. Like, what would be the most random video game to get a movie? There it is at the Game Awards.
No, hold on. Let me actually think what would be the most random video game to get a movie. I was about to say one, and then I was like, it already has a movie. So hold on a second. Let me think again.
I mean, I thought of my most random game.
What's your most random?
And it fits in WoW.
Okay,
what's the Microsoft prediction? Because Microsoft's, getting everyone all hyped up for the Game Awards. And it's because they're going to announce a new movie based on one of their properties.
Which
and you know what the property is going to be?
What?
Minesweeper.
I was going to say Viva Pinata.
Taking the world by storm. Viva Pinata already had a TV show.
You're right. Made by, what was it? WB?
No clue. I just remember had a TV show with annoying voices. Yeah. So, no. Minesweeper. The oldest Microsoft IP. And it's going to take the world by storm.
Nah, dude. It's Pinball Cadet.
Or maybe it's like a threefer where it's like it's gonna be that and Solitaire, the movie.
All right, what? Okay, let's see. All right, so PlayStation had The Last of Us. Nintendo had Mario. What could Microsoft have?
Wait, what do you mean? In terms of movies?
Yes.
Or like, I guess, movies or TV shows.
Yeah. We don't count Halo because they had no input with it, and the people didn't want to have any input for the original creators. So.
That reminds me. There's another thing we did not talk about, and it is kind of relevant because it is technically a Microsoft property now. Prime did show off like a pretty lengthy trailer for Fallout.
Oh yeah, that's right.
YouTube. It looks really
good. Yeah.
Did you watch it?
I have not.
Oh, it looks really good.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I don't know a lot about Fallout because I've never played them.
Really?
But I know, I never played. Oh. I mean, I know enough about it from talking about it for years and from seeing things on it for years. It looks very Fallout to me. I will say that. Obviously, there's some references in there that I feel like people will be like, "Oh shit, I can't believe that's there." So those things are totally over my head. But like, just in terms of the kind of art style and stuff that they went with and the type of references that they went with, looks great. So no, that actually very good. So I don't know if that counts as a Microsoft one. They own it, so it makes sense.
Minecraft coming to Netflix.
Oh, did they? How have they not already done a Minecraft TV show?
I don't know. That's what I immediately just thought of. That or Gears of War. Those are like the two properties I could see easily being able to have a TV show.
Yeah, I could see them doing a Gears of War TV show or Gears of War movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very, very makes sense. What other ones do they have? I feel like they have a lot of stuff that they could realistically do movies with.
Psychonauts animated TV show? That'd be fucking lit. I would watch the shit out of that.
I'd like a Conker's Bad Fur Day TV show. That would be funny.
Made by Adult Swim.
Yeah.
You know what we'd probably get though? State of Decay.
Yeah, probably.
And it's just a ripoff of Walking Dead. Battletoads animated cartoon. That'd be cool.
Yeah, probably too old now, but yeah, I could see them doing that.
Speaking of Battletoads, they released a huge update for the game. What's it called? Hold on, let me check. Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct got an anniversary edition, which is awesome. They released massive character patches and everything to the game.
Oh, really?
Completely overhauled and redid it. It's pretty sick. And now everyone has anniversary edition of the game, which is the 4K 60 FPS version with like all the characters if you ever owned the game before, and if you didn't own the game before, then they have a weekly rotation for characters that you can play in a free-to-play pool.
Okay.
And
That's pretty
I
cool.
thought of that because Battletoads are characters you can fight as in that game.
Yeah.
And like they like completely redid like character abilities and everything and whatnot, and the way the like earning system works and what and all that stuff. And yeah, they basically haven't touched this game in like 5 to 7 years, and they just released a massive patch like 3 days ago. So yeah, that's cool.
No, that is surprising because that game. Yeah, no, I really feel like it's been neglected for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Are there any other things?
I can't really think of anything, but it is the holiday season, so maybe we'd get some like, oh, so and so is gonna have a holiday event or something. I don't know what, like maybe a Fortnite holiday event or something like that, where they're like, oh, Fortnite's giving away such and such things, one for every day. Go pick your present, which I believe is what they did last year. So. Or something like that. Something free to play will have a holiday event, and it'll be like, oh, let us announce it here, because it is December, you know.
Yeah. I could see Fortnite doing some sort of holiday announcement.
They'll
they
probably
really
end up
don't
showing off the what do you call it, the rock band, and they'll probably end up showing all of the different modes. Like that's what they'll end up doing for Fortnite, and then like announcing a holiday event or something. That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah. I don't know. Be interesting to see what they end up doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Street Fighter just had their holiday event start, and I just earned my Santa outfit, so that's pretty cool. I don't know.
Which game? Yeah,
Street Fighter 6.
Fighter?
Street Fighter 6, yeah. Yeah, they have battle passes every new season. They call them fighter passes, and they're like $5. They're like the cheapest battle passes there is. And like you just play the game and then earn rewards and stuff by playing it. And I just got a Santa hat and Santa suit for my my creative character.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I can't really think of anything else that we would have here. Like, I know they did something with Among Us last time, but I don't think they'll do that this time. I think that one's kind of died.
Is there any hot indie game?
Yeah,
right
it's
now?
called Lethal Company. I told you about that during the podcast.
No, I know that one, but no, something that had to be like something that had to been like hot like 6 months ago because Jeff Keighley doesn't move that fast.
Well, this came out in October, so
yeah, but it wasn't
2 months ago.
Yeah, no, not. It's too new. Too new.
I don't know. I actually don't know. It's possible that they've already been picked up and are going to make a console version of this game, and it might get announced. That's my thoughts. Because basically, once Among Us got massive, it immediately got console versions.
Yeah.
So this is like one of the top streamed games right now. So it's possible this like gets a very quickly put together console version with the help of, like some company like Sony or Nintendo or Xbox even. That's my thoughts on the whole thing.
It could be.
Because why wouldn't you want to put like one of the biggest games online right now on your platform, basically? And because like to give you an idea, if you go to top sellers, the top seller on Steam right now is the Steam Deck and then Lethal Company.
Wow, it's impressive.
It's only being outsold by a fucking console.
Yeah, especially if it's ranked by total amount made instead of just units.
It says top sellers. That's what it says right now. So, and the top 5 are Steam Deck, Lethal Company, Apex Legends, Disney Dreamlight Valley, which released today, and Cyberpunk 2077. Okay. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have any other thoughts on the Game Awards?
No, I got nothing.
Yeah, I think I'm grasping at straws myself.
Yep, I think we're done here.
Okay. You ready to wrap up?
Yep, I'm good.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone for listening to us tonight. Don't forget you find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google, Amazon, YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. We also got a website, game-crunch.com, which has all of our latest episodes. And if you want to reach out to us, send us an email at gamecrunchcast@gmail.com. Brandon.
Hi.
Any final thoughts?
Nope.
All right. Well, that said, my name is Mike Anastasia. You can find me online. I'm Clash Penguin there, or on your favorite gaming console. And until next week, game on.
Game on.
But one of my coworkers, she was ordering food off of there.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll do the things like, they don't have what you have in stock, what you put in stock, like they'll get you something similar.
Substitutions. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, so she wanted like a head of lettuce to make like a salad or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently they couldn't find a head of lettuce. I don't know how, but they found a family pack of lettuce. And so they substituted that. It was like 12 heads of lettuce.
So the most
like,
ridiculous one I've seen, right, was someone ordered something like it was some kind of food item, right? Yeah. And I don't know how it happened. Someone actually showed it online using the same fucking Walmart Plus bullshit app that we've used before, and they gave them a pack of panties instead.
Wow.
Like, don't even know why. It was something fucking weird, and sometimes the substitutions don't even match the items that you tried to buy in the first place. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. No, sometimes they're just way out there. I don't understand it.